As much as rampant complaints and useless griping are a massive pet peeve of mine, also why I coincidentally do my best to maintain a drama-free Facebook group, there comes a time when someone becomes a catalyst for change that I can absolutely get behind. Having been an actual hands-on handmade seller and partnering with screen printers and doing some vinyl pressing with friends back in the days, way before DTG and POD, I know the work it takes. My wife and I both started selling on Etsy many moons ago as actual hands-on hand makers who always had permanently colorful sticky fingers. For me it was vinyl with screen printing, and later having our own DTG print shop, and her it was custom dyed hair extensions, rainbow fingers the whole time. I even had to take a picture of my office setup with me holding a piece of paper with the current date handwritten on it in ink to prove that it was my actual office space and my actual computer screen. Had to do that a few times. And no, I'm not kidding. As most of us here are PODers, many of the issues most sellers are facing right now might not directly impact us, but many of those issues do. And the direness of the situation is still not lost on me. Things like priority placement in mobile search for those offering free shipping. I couldn't even imagine if it was like furniture or something even remotely heavy. I mean, a box of t-shirts alone costs like $35 to ship. We're not talking our POD t-shirts for $5 or $6, right? 24-hour response times, even on holidays or weekends, just to get the star seller status, which gives support, which everyone should have anyway. The new make an offer option for buyers on handcrafted goods. What? Or Etsy refunding customers out of seller's funds to customers who say item not received, even though tracking clearly shows that it was delivered? Or shutting shops down immediately on sign up or right after sign up? Why don't they just do what every other platform does and make you jump through a few more hoops to get in right from the get-go? Like with Amazon, I had to actually get on a live call with the support rep and show my ID on a video call with a real person on the other end. And then it took a couple of days. Then there's the info about the reserve, which is clear as mud. Never mind apparently offering loans to sellers now who have more than enough money sitting right there in their reserves. It's kind of ridiculous, right? Then there's the offsite ads. I mean, I think they're a good thing, and if your margins are so low that you can't afford them, then you've got bigger other major issues there, but they are low on the list for sure. But why not either make it a choice or a blanket policy for everyone from the get-go? I mean, paying the 15% offsite ad fee as a new seller on a 7 to 10% of your sales is really nothing compared to having your money sitting in reserve for like up to 3 months, right? And yes, I've been pretty upfront about the idea that if you don't like it, you can go elsewhere, you know, and have more money held back and pay more in fees, blah, blah, blah. I even made a pretty ugly video about it that really failed to look at it completely objectively. I personally have had no major issues, but it doesn't make me right, nor does it even mean that these issues don't exist. The fact that Etsy cannot even stick to their own policies is super frustrating and definitely doesn't instill any kind of confidence in us, right? Like they're sellers. Yes, you definitely need a kitty of sorts with backup funds, which is business 101, but they should be able to tell you with some element of, you know, relative certainty as to what causes them to hold your money, how much they're gonna hold, like 30 to 70% is an insane range, and when they're gonna release your funds for real. And then actually stick to their own policies. None of it even appears to be clear to them, and their answers differ so much from one Etsy rep to another. And that's even if you get something different than their cookie cutter copy pasta. It's becoming increasingly difficult to see remnants of their promise, which was keep commerce human, you know, with their auto bans and auto deactivations. That said, I think you should all watch Starla's latest video. Yes, this is gonna drive my Etsy stock down, no doubt, but all of us will be impacted at one point or another if we haven't already been, and doing nothing will hurt all of us in the long run. And Starla, as I commented on your video, everything you said is absolutely on point, and thank you for being the voice that we can all rally behind. Let's definitely at least try to keep Etsy human.